here, but hi, good evening. I'm Therese. These are
I'm
my
Narra.
daughters.
Hi. Athena.
If you haven't heard, we are rooted in Narra. We're basically just a chatting podcast.
Just chatting.
Just chatting, just trying to show like how me and my girls are just on an everyday vibe, how we talk and how we share and how we communicate. And hopefully this will inspire other parents to start talks with their own kids and just be real and communicate.
Be real.
So anyway, so to recap last week, I don't have those notes, but last week was
Yes, it was. Last week we were
Thanksgiving.
we were doing.
We did did we do? Oh, that's when we. Oh, last week we did the rooted in Etiquette.
Yeah.
Which we were talking about our dicks and what do you call it? It's that whole thing like he's a 10, but
Yeah. Well, we were discussing Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about room change.
Oh yeah. We are talking about room change. So like I don't know if you notice every episode we're in a different room. This is actually the room that we did our very first episode.
But it's a different angle.
Yeah, but we're in a different angle.
And look at the beautiful
Christmas tree in the back. Yeah.
We were talking about the tents.
Yeah.
We were talking about discussing how we deal with bad times.
Yeah.
And random text from Dad.
Random text from Dad. Well, the quotes. We're doing this. Our family's doing this whole thing where we kind of we have our family group chat, and Dad just kind of greets us every morning, and somebody throws up a quote of the day. Today's quote was from Athena, actually.
Yes, I actually got it on Brady Quote. The quote of the day from Brady Quote.
Wait, did you get that sent to you?
No, but I just found it. But the quote of the day for today was, "Love has no age, no limit, and no death."
All very true. And then we actually ended talking about
religion and spirituality,
which I actually wanted to go over today. And I wanted to ask the girls if they would date somebody who's atheist. And or even like if you like knowingly know that the person does not believe that there is God. Because basically that's what an atheist is. It's the belief that there is no God. And that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm curious to know how they feel about dating atheists. If that's even something in the cards for them.
I feel like we talked about this, and I feel like I remember one of our responses was like, if they're supportive.
Like we talked about this on podcast or just?
I think and I think I forgot if it was the podcast or like in general, but I remember one of our responses being like, if they're a supportive atheist. So like, maybe I talked about this with my friends.
Maybe.
But we were talking about like if they're a supportive atheist. So like, if like they can not believe in like God, whatever they want, but like say like we do. So if they're supportive of that, then I feel like I wouldn't like mind as much.
You wouldn't mind
dating
yeah.
If they're supportive. But I don't know if that makes sense.
I don't know if that makes sense. To me, I don't know if that makes sense.
Because they're an atheist, right?
Yeah.
So then would they be like mad at me?
I don't know if they would be mad at you.
Or would it just cause like really bad disagreements?
I mean, like, how would that work if you were a spiritual person and you're doing all your like spiritual things, whether it's like
what if you're like
crystals?
neither?
What do you mean?
Like what if you're not spiritual or religious?
Oh, I don't know.
So like, I don't know.
I guess that would be agnostic then.
Agnostic is.
Agnostic is basically someone who doesn't believe it's possible to know for sure if there's a God. Yeah.
Ah. I've never. I feel like
That's what
I've never heard of that. That's interesting.
So anyway, I was kind of researching it today, and I ran into this website called American Atheist, and I saw this quote. It says, "Being an atheist doesn't mean you're sure about every theological question, have answers to the way the world works, or how evolution works. It just means that the assertion that God exists has left you unconvinced." So basically, yeah, you just don't believe that there is a God or there's a deity out there that exists. Yeah. So, Lei, is that a deal breaker for you guys? Don't you feel like that would be hard?
It would be hard because like, what do you do like when you can't like pray?
Even if.
Well, how do you feel about it?
I feel like it's just gonna be hard to get along with it. Like, you don't know what to say, like, especially at dinner, like, we pray, and it's gonna be, like, awkward.
Yeah, it's gonna be, like,
we don't know what to do.
Is that awkward for you guys? Like, if, say we have, like, a family party, or let's say, like, we invited your friends over to, like, Auntie Diana's house, and then you know how they do prayer, and their prayers are lengthy.
Yeah.
Does that make you uncomfortable would that make you uncomfortable if your friends were there to see how religious or how devoted to God the family is?
No.
Really.
If you went to your friend's house and they said grace before dinner, that wouldn't be up to you because we say grace.
Yeah.
Right.
But
So, is that a tradition you would want to keep doing?
yeah. Well, I still want to pray at least before I eat, before I go to sleep.
This is something more background.
Oh yeah.
But sorry, random thought. So that's not a deal breaker for you guys? I feel like that would be a deal breaker for me.
If they're
Me too.
If they're an atheist. I think that
Cause I just
I'm very, I don't want to use the word combative, but you know, like, especially when it has to do with religion and spirituality, and then if you get, I mean, I don't know, I feel like some people out there have an open mind, but then there are others that are pretty, like, convicted in their beliefs.
Yeah.
And
I
feel like an atheist would be very convicted in the fact that there is no God, and that would not sit well with me.
I feel like that's something that would bother me too because I really don't like closed-minded.
Yeah.
Like, it really drives me crazy.
Yeah. How about spirituality?
Like, if they weren't spiritual?
Yeah.
I feel like that doesn't bother me either.
like spiritual like crystals.
So it wouldn't be a deal breaker for you.
No, for me, it
wait,
wouldn't.
spiritually like crystals?
Actually,
Spirituality
let's talk about it.
is just, it's basically seeking something that's bigger than yourself. Seeking a meaningful connection with something that's bigger than yourself.
Sorry, I was like trying to like. I don't want it to run on camera. That's why.
I don't know. I feel like I can't explain it. Like, it's not a deal breaker, but it is. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be.
You don't want to say it's a deal breaker because certain people might be watching this podcast.
No. Okay. But, I don't know. It's just.
Spirituality, she's saying it's a deal breaker?
Yeah.
No.
Use the chat.
Okay, never mind. It's just offering a promotion. Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, I don't know about how I feel about that. I feel like, I feel like I don't talk about this enough.
Well, okay, so now that brings me to the next thing
Uh-huh.
is how relationships are today. Not just like if you already have a relationship, but when you like get to know somebody. I mean, like, personally, do you guys know these things about your friends? Like, where they stand?
Religion-wise?
Religion-wise or spiritual-wise?
Yeah.
Are you feeling like, I mean, your friends, like, your friends?
Yeah.
You think that you know where they stand spiritual-wise? Spiritually?
I feel like that I don't really bring it up in a conversation because I don't have like a smooth thing, like a smooth topic to ease it into. I just don't really ask because like it's never a topic.
So you don't know?
So I don't know.
Is it uncomfortable to bring it up?
It's not uncomfortable. Like if it's brought up, then it's brought up. But I don't bring it up like.
And then, but I guess my question is that that's not something that you look for. I mean, like, as far as finding common ground with your friends, you guys don't.
I don't. I only found out about their religious/spiritual stances like recently.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about
Well, see, then that's why I'm asking this question. You've been friends with some of them for how long now?
Well,
And why it's taken so long to ask certain questions, whether it's, you know, about your religion or about how you are spiritually. To me, that feels like something that you ought to know before you even like. I mean, especially if you're dating somebody, before you even commit to somebody, if their beliefs and their views align with your own.
yeah, I don't. That's not the first thing that crosses my mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's actually really sad now that I think about it because like, then that means a lot of my friendships are based on surface level stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I know we talked about this in past podcasts, like how shocked I am that there are certain things that these girls don't know about their friends that I feel like back in my day, it would have been like, you know, I have to know this automatic. You know what I mean? Like, because I can't, I mean, I'll debate with you, but it will get ugly because I'm that person that raises their voice, and you know, it's I can admit that I'm very hard to
talk to. Or no, okay. No, not like that. To debate with, that's better. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just not.
Yeah, that's something we don't really bring up.
So what do you guys talk about? I mean, like, how do you make your friends? Like,
I really don't know. Like, I'm trying to think about it, but like, I'm trying to think about how I got my friends.
How about you, Lay? Because you, I think, are the most connected to it, only because you're a freshman in high school, and you have had to make friends.
Well, to be honest, I have a lot of friends. Like, I want to say I'm popular. I just have a lot of friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm very, like, I don't know if you see me as friendly, but I'm pretty friendly at school. Like, I'll go up to somebody, and I'll say, like, oh, like, I'm like, I like your jacket or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just talk. And then, like, after that day, I just keep on going up to them until they're comfortable with me. Like, I have this best friend. Her name is Angel. And I came up to her in the beginning of this school year. And then I said, so we're like, I saw her with like my class repeatedly. Like, she's in a lot of my classes. So I asked her, like, after, I think it was yoga, I was like, what class do you have next? I just went up to her. And she was like, oh, I have math. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too. Let's walk together to math. And then that's how we became close. We just kept on talking for a bit.
Well, what's your definition of close?
Close, like, we talk every day. Friend is like, we don't talk really, we talk like on and off. Like if we see each other, then we.
And it's like a surface level.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the difference between me and Lay in our friendships, Lay definitely has more friends.
Yeah.
I'll say that. But I feel like she has friends that are more surface level relationships, and then me, I have like fewer friends, but they're more in depth?
Well, my friends are in depth too.
Yeah, I know that, but like, how long have you been friends with the people you call close now?
I've been, well, I don't have to say it right now, but like,
Well,
I've
yeah,
been
you
friends
don't-
for a long time.
Like, and you've been that close with them?
Like, for the long time?
Yeah, for like that whole time.
No. It's just
It's
like,
been on and off, right?
not on and off, it's just we getting closer. So,
Because like I consider mine. That's been like 9 years already, and they've been all throughout those 9 years. They've been my best friends.
Yeah.
So
well, I have one friend that's been my best friend. You already know who that is, obviously. But, yeah.
No.
Miss Nikki.
Okay. No, it's true though. Like I don't feel like your definition of best friend is different from your sister's.
yeah, that's what. Oh, that's how I'm trying to
Of
say.
best friend. And I don't know if that is a personality thing.
I don't know. Yeah. I
You
don't
know what
know.
I mean? Like, or I don't know why that it is that way. Because I feel like for you, it's like people come into your life and then, you know, they serve their purpose and then they leave.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Whereas your sister has like people come into her life and then they just stay there. And I don't know, I guess I don't know why. I mean, like maybe eventually some of them will leave. You know what I mean? But I just feel like, I don't know, for whatever reason, yours seems to like last long. Because I feel like your best friend changes all the time. Or it's never like more than a year or so. And then like next year, you'll probably have a new best friend, I feel like. Not that anything's wrong with it. I'm just curious why that is.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. It's not like a problem,
Yeah.
obviously, but like, it's probably different. It could also be different because of like generations too.
Yeah.
Maybe because Layla's still kind of like develop. Well, I'm still developing too, but Layla's still like, you know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it has to do with that. But
So what kind of like when you guys talk? What do you guys talk about?
like with my friends.
Yeah. I mean, okay, like for instance, Angel, right? What do you guys talk about?
We talk about,
Mostly school stuff.
it's mostly like I don't know, it's like not, we don't like reuse topics. It's just something else like new. Like every day. So it's not like we reuse topics. We always have something to talk about. You know?
Okay, but like, what kind of topics? I mean, like just a general sense. Like, do you guys talk about fashion? Do you talk about
We talk about
things that you
people.
watch? You talk about people.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like,
Cause she has more like, she grew up somewhere else, so like we can't talk about like fashion or like,
Well, you can.
but not like that. Like you can't talk about like my sense of fashion. Like it's different for hers because she came from something else, somewhere else, and her TV shows are different. So like she doesn't watch the same TV shows as mine, and like yeah,
where did she come from?
China.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if she was born there, but I think her family raised her like, you know.
Okay, so there, best friend would know where. To me, like if you say that's my best friend, I would need to know where you're born,
That's
like
kinda
your
creepy.
background. Why? See, why is that creepy?
Because kind of like stalker. Like I feel like she would think it's because like,
But that's best friend relationship.
but like I
You
feel like Angel is she's just very private in general. Like she's that private type. Like she keeps stuff private. So I'm not. If I barge, it's like I feel like rude. So I'm not gonna ask her, oh, where you're born.
But that just seems like, to me, that just seems like a regular question.
I feel like that is a regular question too.
especially if like your best friend with somebody.
I think those are regular
Which, you know, it's
questions.
actually funny that I'm talking about this is because like I don't want to say I had a best friend that didn't know I was born in Manila,
Uh-huh.
but I did have a couple friends that I was friends with for like years,
Okay.
and they were like surprised, like, "Oh, you were born in the Philippines?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like,
Well, for you, like when you do make friends, is that something that you just like tell them right away? Like, oh hi, I'm Teresa, I'm born in Manila.
No.
Like,
Of course not.
So how do you like know?
Yeah. So
Like be
how
like,
did you-
oh my gosh, where
I
you're
don't know,
born?
like,
and then how do you bring
kind
up
of
the whole
have-
religion thing?
You kind of have conversations that would lead to that.
Well, but then like, what do you guys talk about? Like,
I don't know. Just talk about.
see, like when I try to think about it, I don't understand how it got brought up, but I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm trying to think about how it would get brought up, but I'm really not sure.
I don't know.
That's why I'm asking you, because maybe something will click.
Well, I don't know, like, thinking back to, like, even, like, talking and trying to develop a relationship with a boy. That would be one of my questions.
Where are you
Just
from?
randomly. Yeah, like, where are you from?
Are you religious? Like you would ask that?
Probably not, like, not off the bat, but at least maybe a
Do you
month or
believe
so
in God?
Yeah.
That's what you would ask?
Like
Yeah.
randomly, like, oh, do you know God, by the way?
Yeah, I would ask.
Obedience.
It doesn't seem like...
It's like you have to get at the right time because then you can catch them off guard. Like, why would you ask?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly why, because like,
Like, you're like, you think I don't believe in God? And then they're gonna get into like,
well, it's not like that, but like,
well, I feel like.
So somebody, if you met somebody at school as a freshman or whatever, and then you guys start talking, and then they randomly ask you, "Hey, do you believe in God?" That would catch you off guard.
Well, like if we never talked about it before, like it would be like, oh, what? Oh yeah. It's like.
No, I feel like if somebody said that, and even if it did catch me off guard, it would be like, "Why would you ask?" And it would just be like, "Yeah, I'm just curious."
yeah.
You know, and then that would start the conversation. You know, like.
Yeah, I think that's probably how I ask some of those deeper stuff too. Like just asking it, and they're like, "Oh, it's hella random. Like,
Yeah.
why would you ask me that?" And then that leads on to the thing.
Yeah, but I feel like that's something you should know.
What?
I mean, like,
Well,
if
what?
you have like a
I know what. No what.
like where they stand as far as their beliefs.
Oh.
and stuff,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. I don't know. I think we just have different.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is
Well, yeah.
why is there such a generational gap?
Yeah, I
like
think
why is it different?
Well, different generations have different. What do you call that?
Sorry, I know we're looking at like all over the places because we got these little
Rats.
doggies. This is Zoe.
This is Astro. He's a little bit of a handful.
Zoe's our
OG.
Zoe's our OG. We've had Zoe for
You watch out.
Whew! Hella long.
since you were
Maybe
11
10,
years,
11 years.
yeah. How's that? How's that?
Don't bite it now.
We just got Astro about a month ago.
Here, Joe.
Yeah. Maybe, no, I think 1 or 2 months ago.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a rascal. He's a little troublemaker.
He sure is.
But, anyways,
Yeah.
that's what I don't know, I just think there's a different idea of,
Astro.
there's a different idea of deeper level questions within the generations.
So what would you consider? I mean, like, what's a deep question for you guys?
Like what? Something
Yeah.
I know?
Or okay, let's put it this way.
I know some of the times my friends were. Is that weird? See, are you gonna find that weird?
A little bit. Like, why would you want to know that? I mean, like, I don't think Dad even knows what time I was born. I don't even know if I know what time I was born.
I don't know. I'm
Is
trying
it
to
for
think of deep.
numerology purposes? Like,
I don't know.
why would you want to know that?
I don't know.
What difference does it make? So if they were born in the afternoon,
Well, okay, I
can't
know
be
their height.
flexible. Okay, that's. I would know.
You would ask somebody.
I wouldn't ask what their height is, but I'd probably give an approximation. If I'm 5 feet and somebody's like
Oh,
this, it's like,
okay.
oh,
Well, that's not.
it must be like
okay.
5'4".
I'm trying to think. Different.
what you know about your friends?
Yeah, or like a deep thing that I know about.
A deep
That's-
thing I know about my friends. I know their relationships with their parents.
Oh, you do. How is that? How would you say most of your friends' relationships with their parents is?
Well, it's not as close as we are. Oh, actually, I was changing for tryouts for cheer, right? And then Bless was talking about you. She was just saying like, oh yeah, I got like a ride home from like Layla's mom, so I'm gonna like wait with Layla, right? And then my friend Dianara, she goes, is it like Layla's mom a cool mom? And then Bless was like, yeah. And she was like, and then Dianara was like, yeah, I would consider her a cool mom because she literally does podcasts with you. And she was like, that's crazy.
Oh.
She was like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of parents, so you guys have you met Angel's parents?
Have I met Angel's parents? No. Well, I'm not gonna like go to no. Because her mom doesn't
Oh, okay.
very like how do you say, old fashioned.
Oh, okay. Alright. What? So whose parents have you guys met? I mean, like
I've met
Bless's parents. You met them.
Well, there's
Are they
like
cool? Is you guys
her
dad?
biological dad is cool. I met her stepmom and her stepdad.
And they're cool.
And they're cool, but not her mom. I met Alexis's mom and
You met her mom and she's
Oh yeah,
cool.
so when you go to Alexis,
cool.
this is my next question. When you go to Alexis's house,
Uh-huh.
how do you address her parents?
You don't say anything.
You don't say anything.
No.
I don't say anything to them.
Oh, I call her Tita. That's what I call her. I just call her Tita. That's it.
Seriously.
Yeah, I'm actually making that up. Dude.
You were about to say
No, I said dead ass.
She was about to say that.
Sorry. Anyway.
It's fine if you want to say it. I'm not...
Oh, I was about to say I'm being dead ass, but
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
like I'm being like
serious.
for real, like I'm
Be
being
for real, yeah.
Sorry, I always say this to my friends because they're always asking me seriously.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'm kinda like dead ass. Anyways,
So you
oh
call Alexis's mom Tita.
yeah, but I don't call her by because like yeah. But actually, going on to the cheer tryout thing,
Yeah.
like what thing said. Well, this is kind of off topic, but like we're talking about how you didn't know what the long pinky was, right?
Yeah.
And then my friends were like, "Oh, that's like you know."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "My mom said with her picking boogers," and they all started laughing. They're like, "Ain't no way!"
That's
They're
really
like-
goofy of you.
Yeah, she was.
I still can't believe that.
She's like,
you were so confident
I know.
in it too.
no, look, I was
It
like,
actually makes me
wait,
sad.
do you guys know when like people have long fingers? I'm like, yeah. And they was like, guess what my mom thought? They were like, what? And I was like,
She
for
was so
picking
confident.
boogers.
So
No, heck
how
no.
did you
Find that out?
no, I'm talking about how did you start calling Alexis's mom Tita? Tita, by the way, for those that are not Filipino, it means auntie.
Auntie, yeah. I don't know. I just started calling Tita. Like I just, you know.
So when you go there, you're like, hi Tita.
Well, I got in the car. I said hi, Tita. Well, that was like from
Yeah.
when you dropped me off. But yeah,
Interesting.
What about you, Thing?
depends on the.
Which parent?
Yeah. Because sometimes I don't. Most of the
How do you
time I
call,
don't really say.
Regina. Do you still call her Miss My Bet?
Well, I feel like it's like a crime to not call her Miss Money. Because I always used to call her Miss Money.
Yeah, because that's different because yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't really call them any name. Like I try to. In
Avoid
a sense, I
them?
try to avoid saying a name, just so I can avoid that little thing.
Awkwardness?
Yeah, like that awkwardness. Like, do they want me to call me that? Or do they not want me to call?
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm scared to ask. I don't know why. I'm just weird.
So which friends are you like? Because you like Tiffany's mom,
Yeah.
but you don't call her auntie.
Yeah, I call her
Auntie Thao.
Yeah, Auntie Thao. But then
I'm
other-
asking this because Layla's friend the other day, they sent me a video.
I sent her a video with I said the B
Yeah.
word in, but she said that like I don't
Yeah, and then her friend Gwen.
she sent a video of you saying.
know. No, it was like I was like bit and I was like, who you sent this to? She's like, your mom. I was like, oh. But anyways,
And she still sent it.
huh? She was like,
Yeah,
you want me to
she
send
said,
it?
"Oh
And
my
she was like, you want me to
God."
send it? I was like, it's fine.
So anyway, her friend asked, was like, what do I call your mom? You know, like, And like when I was growing up, especially if you had like Filipino friends, it was automatic. You would say hi auntie, hi uncle.
Well, no,
That's
like
automatic.
no
It
offense.
was
No,
never
I'm
be
not
like-
saying no offense, but it's like mom and papa are more like traditional, like how do I say traditional? Not like traditional, but like like they're more like Filipino than like I don't know.
Me?
I don't know how to explain it. Like they're the more like
I just don't know. I don't know where it got lost that your generation doesn't call the Filipino parents auntie and uncle. Like, I don't know if that's something
I didn't know.
taught you guys or
I don't know.
because to me it seems disrespectful to call them by their first name. But then
hi Regina like that.
Yeah,
That's,
see,
like,
that's what
that's
I
like
wanna
disrespectful. Yeah, that's what I avoid. So.
But then I also don't call them Mrs. or Mr.
Yeah, Mrs. like
last name.
I was gonna say whitewash, but like sorry guys.
yeah, well, yeah.
It's
That's
like
more-
too like
yeah, it's too like formal or something.
Yeah, too formal.
It's
Yeah.
like giving like original.
But
Like
some
everybody heard that
people,
before.
Like
Sorry.
some parents, like I know, like
Or do you do like Mrs. or Mr. and then first initial?
Mrs. R.
kind of like
Wait, would you let somebody call
I mean,
you? Huh?
which I think is weird because like yeah, it would just
Like
you know,
kind of like who?
Well, so how do you want him to call you?
it'd just be auntie and uncle.
He said Mrs. Reward.
yeah. He used to
Oh.
Mrs. Warren, and then it was Mrs. R, and then I guess the other day was mommy.
Yeah.
So-
He called him. She.
like,
Aiden
I
called
didn't
her
hear it. I
mommy?
didn't hear
We
it.
were on the podcast,
We were on
and
the
then
podcast,
my
and then
mommy came in
afterwards-
Mhm.
kiss me because
She was like, "Good night, mommy."
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he was
Oh.
like, "Hi, mommy R." And then I was like, left it
Ew!
at that moment. I was like, okay, I'm not trying to go back on it because like obviously she's not like mad about it. But, like,
No, it's
You know,
just
mommy
weird,
is like thing now. Like it's just weird to call like people mommy.
ooh,
what?
is it weird? Do people find it weird that you still call dad daddy?
Yes.
Because
Oh, actually, not.
we always have this talk.
It's
at
because
school.
it's so annoying how they sexualized it.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
literally just what you call your dad, or they sexualize mommy too.
Yeah,
And it's just
it's not as
It's like-
sexualized as daddy is though.
I noticed something.
What?
Like I noticed that like a lot of my
Yeah, like
friends-
I'd be calling like daddy, and be like, "Hello, daddy." And they're like, "What did you just say?"
Yeah, like
I was
sometimes
like,
I'd be talking to
"Daddy?"
like my girl
Yeah.
friends,
Uh-huh.
and they I asked them like, "Oh, do you still call your dad like daddy?"
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Yeah." And then I asked like my guy friends, and they're like, "No, you just call him dad."
Well, because guys and girls are like,
Yeah, I feel like that's
well, and then
different.
they don't call them mommy
Like, 'cause-
though.
they don't call their mom mommy.
Yeah, they just. say
I feel like mom is
Or ma.
disrespectful. You know, I feel like when I call mom, I feel like it's
Yeah,
disrespectful.
I feel like that's really especially and dad too.
yeah, like
Like
dad.
I'll address like I'll say dad on
if you're
text.
talking,
Yeah.
or if you're like talking to somebody, but you would never say like to your
My
friends,
daddy.
like, my dad, my daddy said I can't go out.
Yeah.
Good night.
My daddy said.
But good night, mommy R. That's like weird. Don't. Okay, so if you're at my house, everybody's watching. Do not call my mom mommy, or do not call my dad. Only-
Actually, if for any friends watching this,
don't call.
whether you're Filipino or not, auntie's fine.
It's fine, and do not call mommy or daddy because they are not your parents. That's the conclusion.
That's just like.
Did he say it like he thought about it first, or he just said it because?
No, and then he started laughing, and then I like
Immediately.
They were all laughing.
Yeah.
I think, like,
Wait, did he say it like he said it like like he was just like, oh
It was
shoot,
just
I didn't even hear it because
Oh.
like she had her headphones on.
and you didn't come back
It was just
after
a
that?
joke. No.
Oh.
And I just like hung up and left. But then I texted her after, obviously. But that's
Oh,
besides the point.
I would have been like, oh.
I just think that's weird.
What?
That your nation doesn't call.
Wait, back in your guys' like generation, did was mommy and daddy like still sexualized?
Yeah.
Or not as much
I
as
mean-
today? Or
Wait, what did
I
you
don't
call?
think
You used to call
not
mom and
very-
papa.
Oh, the mom and papa.
Just mom and papa.
Well, I call mom.
Oh wait. Wait. Why doesn't Mama want to be called grandma? Is it just like
Just
old
it.
elderly?
Just, like, makes her ages her.
Oh, because yeah. But like Queen Lucky calls her grandma. Huh? Oh, who calls someone?
Calls Papa Grandpa.
Yeah, grandpa. Yeah. But this Papa doesn't mind, right?
No.
Ew. Wait, where's the chong?
Huh?
Is that like an
I
ancestor?
don't know. It's like I don't know.
Like
how
boom. Oh, anyways, keep on going. What were you saying? Sexualized about in the past?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was asking.
Not that I remember. Like
Well, mommy and
Cause, like,
daddy.
so
Like, was
there's
it
a
more
lot
daddy
of-
or more mommy?
more daddy.
Oh.
Daddy's more sexual.
Well, yeah, obviously.
That's gross. Like,
I know. I hate those. Like when people use that.
yeah,
name,
it's like
as a pet name.
gross.
That's like an automatic. Like.
They're not your parents. Stop.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who started that.
Do you, well, actually, do you call mama mommy still?
Yeah.
Like you're like, hi mommy.
Mhm.
Like as your age right now. When's the last time you called her mommy?
Just morning.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like Wita calls mama the most mommy.
Yeah.
And then Lita.
Yeah. Astro.
He just like swooped in on it.
But yeah, I don't really.
Ow, that hurt.
He is the most.
He's a very new dog.
Yeah.
We'll just say that because Zoe has been hella chill, but this
Hella
guy
This guy's.
chews everything up.
This is why
We're not used to it.
Muds. Sorry, let me. I'll just get like.
He smells.
He smells. Oh,
He smells like.
he smells like sour dog. Like you know wet dog, that wet dog smell? It's like sour dog. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, how mama, how you call mama.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say.
Also, you know what else is like an etiquette? Like when you go to your parents' house.
Oh wait, I was gonna. Oh sorry,
Sorry.
because I didn't want to move on because it was still like on that topic. Well, go ahead,
okay.
go ahead.
No, I mean I was just talking about basically about etiquette. We actually should rename this religion etiquette.
I was gonna say that, but then I thought you were gonna be like, oh.
No, change it. We should change it.
We'll change it on the title. We'll change it on the title. We're gonna change it right now.
We can change it right now.
Oh, okay. Anyways, what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, do you still? Well, why does Papa call you Ate? She just
Because Nita and Wita calls me Ate. By the way, you should also explain what Nita and Wita is.
Oh, Lita and Wita are. I actually don't know. No, Tita. So ITA comes from Tita, but I don't know where the W.
Etiquette in spirit.
Etiquette is spirit. Wait. Why is it again?
Oopsies.
Because she wanted something
Sorry,
else
guys.
with Tita, right? So she just put a random letter and
Well, okay, when we found out we were having Athena.
Ow.
Wait, actually, before we move on to that, about the Ate thing,
Yeah.
like how Papa calls you Ate.
Yeah, is there multiple? Oh, sorry.
There's still, I think a lot of
Yeah,
Filipino families do that, right?
Wait, there's
They call
different
the
versions
eldest
of
daughter
Ate.
Ate.
yeah.
Is there still versions? There's still versions of Ate because my friend calls her sister something else.
Ate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is? Oh, what
It's
is?
a different dialect.
Oh, Ate.
Yeah.
What would you call Ate? When I call like sometimes I'd be calling you Ate on call, and then I'm like, oh, your sister name's Ate. I thought it was Athena. I was like, oh.
That actually makes sense.
That's actually funny.
ATA.
Yeah, I was like, hi Ate, and she was like,
You know what drives me crazy is when they spell Ate ATEH.
H.
And it's
she
like,
calls Nita does that. That's where I got it from. Nita.
What? Seriously?
Yeah, I remember like
Maybe accidentally.
no, it was like multiple. Like I remember.
Huh.
Well, if you search it up on your phone right now, it'll show. Nita.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Why does it bug you?
because
It's like
That's how you
pronunciation.
spell
no,
it.
because that's not how you spell it.
Oh.
That's not how you.
Who did that?
They would not like if you asked a Filipino person
They'd be
to
like,
spell
"Ugh."
it, they wouldn't put an H at the end.
Yeah.
That's an American thing.
Well, yeah, that's why some of the people, like, for us,
Yeah.
they spell it like that just to, like, Americanize it. And as a joke. As a joke.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could see why, just so that people will know that it's not 8.
Yeah.
Because
Oh my god, that's a funny story. Because in first grade,
Yeah.
when we learned the word 8, I pronounced it Ate in front of the whole class. It was so embarrassing.
I think I know this one.
Like, it was a sentence. It was like a sentence. It was like, I ate food.
And everybody was like,
8. I was like, oh, shoot.
you did not eat. You did not
You
eat.
did not eat.
I did not eat. Anyway.
Astro.
Owie.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Okay, back to the.
Yeah, but
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. What do you call it? Why do they call it Rita Lita?
Oh, because
Or okay, I think I got this.
yeah, girl.
Nita, because it started with me, right? Because
Yeah.
she's my tita and my nina.
It started with Rita actually.
Oh,
Rita,
okay.
Rita wanted to be called because she used to call you Athena
Wina, yeah.
and then
W.
yeah.
That's
And
for the
so-
W. Well, that's a walking W.
Wait, what'd you
And
say?
so she wanted
Something?
Athena to call her Tita Wita because she called her Athena Wina.
Oh.
So
Oh,
then-
really?
Yeah. So
I thought
that's
you were
how
just
it
be like
became
Beta, doesn't sound right. And
And
then
then-
Sita, doesn't sound right.
Wita. And then
Rita.
Wita.
it just so happened that she's your godmother, which is Nina,
Uh-huh.
and your Tita. So that's how we got Nina.
I see.
And then there's me.
That's actually really cool how that started because that's such a random nickname. Because their real names are Wita's real name is Holly.
Yeah.
And Nita's real name is Trisha. You can't get that from
There's
anything.
not even an
So
N in
it's
Trisha
really,
or a
like-
W in Holly.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what makes it really like cool. Because like there's such random nicknames that don't make sense that are really personal.
Yeah.
That's why I like it. I wish I have a personal nickname.
We should make one. I'll make one for your kid.
You do have a personal nickname.
Your bean. But I don't know.
I like
Oh, mine
that
is
too.
Lay. Whenever somebody like my friends call me Lay, it's just ugh.
Is it turn up?
It doesn't sound right. They're like Lay. And I'm
Why?
like, that's because that's
Ew,
what my family
wow.
calls me. Like I feel like they're trying too hard when they say Lay. Like just call me Layla. Like that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
None of your friends have nicknames for you guys?
Well, I call my friend Maya Aya because that's what she wants to be called. I call my friend Dianara Daya. You know, and I
Sorry. Go ahead, keep talking.
I call Talisha Tan Tan.
I thought you called it TJ.
I only call TJ because she doesn't want to be called TJ, so I just put it in the text.
Oh.
She said text is fine, but she doesn't. I don't know why. And then I just call her Bless and Alexis, Lex. That's pretty much it.
I see. I don't have friends, or the only nicknames I have for my friends are like goofy nicknames.
Like Mux.
Well, yeah, Mux.
I made that up.
Layla made up.
You know I
Mux.
made up Mux, mommy?
What's Mux?
Marcel. They call her Mux.
Oh.
And you know how I made it up? I was on call, or Arthur was on call with her, and like I guess she wasn't responding, so I just like sent something, and I was like, Mux,
Because
Mux.
her gaming username
Is
is MX. It's Marcel, but the A is an
Oh.
X.
Yeah.
So I was
And
like,
then Layla
Mux, Mux, and then like they just started calling her Mux,
Yeah.
and then Tiffan.
Oh yeah, I call Tiffany Tiffany for some reason.
What's Leona's? Nothing. Leah forever.
No, sometimes I call her Leona Pasta just because like.
Leona Pasta.
Well, I don't like say it, but like on text. Oh my god, and it was so funny.
Oh, is
They were
it
talking about
Terrence?
nicknames.
Barrett?
And then we call Carlos, Tiffany's Carlos, CJ.
Yeah, cause what? Carlos, and then his second name.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then okay, well, back to the whole thing.
Well, what do you call Aiden? Nothing.
I don't really have a nickname.
Obian.
No, that's what the guys call him.
Oh.
They call him by his last name. It's interesting.
No.
Anyways,
I want to be called by my last name, but my last name isn't fit. But more
weird. Yeah.
like Puggy. Come here, Puggy. From what do you call it? What is that? On To All the Boys I Love For. What's your name? Oh, it's not Puggy. It's what's
12 boys.
it's
Larchie.
Covey. There
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, Covey.
Covey. Puggy.
How do you even get that?
I was thinking of doggies. Aw, so cute.
No, but we were talking about nicknames for some reason, and like me and Liana don't really have nicknames. Like
Even though you're the
nicknames.
closest.
Nobody calls you Theme?
No,
Or
well,
Bean.
freaking Liana keeps calling me Athene Green Bean. I was like,
I
what's
see
that?
Green Bean and Liana Pasta.
because we don't have any nicknames for each other. But then like Liana's like,
Do they ever ask you what your nicknames are? Like, that seems like something that my best friends would know.
I told them, yeah,
Uh,
that you guys call
Oh, little
me. They
Bean.
know that my nickname is
Is it Bean or
Bean.
Beans?
Beanie.
I don't really
It's
have a. You know, I don't really have
they
a
don't
lot.
ask you why.
Uh,
Why you Bean?
no.
Well, honestly, why do you call it? It's just you just saw her as a bean, like she was shaped, or is it like only one period of time, or when her first ultrasound came out and just looked like a bean?
Yeah.
Oh, little bean.
No,
But
but
it just kind of
It's funny because they call Tiffany Teeny. Yeah.
What do you call it? I don't really have a lot. Mine's just Lay. Or Laylers. Well, you call me Laylers, we call me Laylers, and my teacher call me Laylers.
Mom, sometimes mommy
I don't-
switches
my-
that E in the I.
And Alexis calls me Laylers too. But that's pretty much it.
My nickname's Jing Jing.
Jing Jing.
Jing Jing,
Or
well,
T.
T.
I thought you
think
got
T.
Jing Jing because
Mati?
yeah,
Mati?
but that's just a thing.
Wait, where did you, what social media platform you have Mati on? Or that, I remember you have Mati something.
Yeah, on the Switch.
Oh, Mati, yeah. Or for Zeze, it's Tati. You want to
Yeah.
explain why it's Tati?
Tati.
It's just Tita Switch, right?
Yeah.
But the T.
But the T
Is it like
T?
T because people call me.
And then Daddy's is Doti, because Tito.
Yeah.
Doti.
I don't know how long that's gonna stick, but I feel like Tati's gonna stick for a while.
When did you start calling Daddy like?
I think
Lex?
Zeze calls. I think.
I don't. You know what? It's weird when we're talking now that we're talking about names. It's weird
No.
hearing Dad say my name
Like a
because
Therese.
it's always
Yeah,
been
ew.
Therese.
I can't even say your name like regular either.
Wait, Therese.
I don't know. It sounds weird.
Why?
Or it
You
doesn't
know,
sound weird.
you know what? I was actually thinking.
You know what? I agree with you. For whatever reason, even when I say my own name, it sounds weird.
If you say it a bunch of times, like Layla.
No, but it sounds.
Oh wait, what do you call it?
Does it feel like it's missing something?
I don't know.
You know,
Because even when people call, like, ask me what my name is, or if I introduce myself and I say my
I'm
name is
serious.
Therese,
Yeah,
it sounds weird.
I don't know why, but like in your shoes, I'd be like.
oh,
every
you
time
know
I see
that Beethoven thing for
Elise.
For Elise, it's supposed to be Therese. Did you know that? Yeah, but like it's shortened, I guess. Well, I saw it
For
online.
Therese.
No,
Or
not for
just
Therese. It's Elise. It's supposed to be Therese.
So it's
Like
for
her name was
Therese.
Therese. Yeah.
I just said that, and then you were like.
Oh,
no.
sorry. No, I
I'm
thought
gonna have to look that one up.
you thought you know it's originally Therese. So also, you know what? Did you notice when I talk to people, I like
Yeah.
I do that to my friends too. Like sometimes like just connect with them. I don't know. Like sometimes be like,
Oh, I'm sorry. That's funny.
I'm sorry. I feel like this
Episode's all over the place.
is all over the place. I'm a little dry.
I know.
it's all over the place because it's good because it's a podcast. Like you know.
I don't think we're like really prepared for it.
I'm sorry,
I feel
guys.
like we were. It was
Oh,
just,
on that
like,
topic
random.
of names.
I think it was because like we have so much going on.
Yeah.
Not that we have so much going on, because Layla's trying out for cheer.
I was like literally doing my choreography before this. So funny.
And then Athena and I were watching the Warrior game, which ended
Horribly.
really.
It's okay. People have you know.
Don't talk so close.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. People like have you know difficulties. It's not like we're gonna be perfect. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still working on this podcast. It's just
yeah, it's the fourth episode, guys. So
Yeah.
Also, I have a question
Sorry.
about names. Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't say the weirdest, but what's the most unusual name you've heard? Like nobody's really named that. Mine is Miss Licky.
Yes, that is probably.
That's Australian. I looked it up.
Really.
Yeah, it's Vasilicky, but it's she has a half. And you know her sister's name is Melanie. Like, okay. But
Alright, no.
but we call her Missy. We'll use her Missy.
Yeah. My sisters
Or V. You call her V.
My sisters are named after soap opera characters.
Because Mama loves soap opera, doesn't
You
she?
should do.
Wait, soap opera is like acting, but in opera.
No.
It's like, oh.
Soap operas are
Could you
just
give an
like
example?
cheesy.
Like love
They're
stories.
TV shows.
And they're operas.
No, they're not operas.
But where do they have operas in the name?
It's just very dramatic and very cheesy.
It's like
kind of. I wouldn't go that far. They're decent.
like if actors in
Actors,
TV
yeah.
shows try to act, is it like soap operas?
Like soap operas, they never have like season finales or anything. They don't have seasons.
It just ends.
It doesn't even end. Some of them are still going on right now.
Really?
From when I was a kid.
Oh, isn't soap operas filmed like in a certain way too? Like it's not filmed like TV shows. It's more like you're in it too. Like it's like live, but like not live.
No.
Like you know how The Office is filmed?
Yeah.
Is like that?
No.
Oh. I think you
That's
watch
a sitcom, right?
Yeah.
sitcoms. Do you like watching sitcoms?
Some.
Like, do you like when they talk
I'm
to you?
more of a drama person. watching drama.
Do you like when they narrate it? Is the thing. Like, you know, Wednesday they narrate it.
Sometimes, yeah. Actually, I'm watching a new show called, I think it's Fleischman's in Trouble, and there is a narrator.
Do you like when they talk to you like they sit in front of the camera like interview style, like Kim Kardashian, like you know Kim with the Kardashians, and they're like, I don't really like this character.
But I actually want to go back to the etiquette thing. I was trying to bring it up, but like, I wanted to talk about names.
Oh, sorry. Oh, we didn't even say the. Okay, whatever. I was about to say we didn't even say the most unusual name for etiquette.
But I thought this would be a good way to bring this out there because I realized that I probably have not taught you this. But when I was growing up, it was ingrained in me and my sisters that every time we go to somebody's house, whether it's our auntie's house or
somebody you don't know,
even like our friend's house, or whatever, we always offer help all the time. Do you need help with anything? You need me to wash dishes? It's always like that.
I feel like it's not normalized.
Yeah, it isn't. And I feel like that's something that I wanted to make sure that you guys do too. Like when you go to people's houses. Like if you go to Luther and Nita's house, like Nita, do you need help with anything? You know what I mean? Because that's
Wait, you say everybody auntie, right?
Yeah.
So like people you meet for the first time. So what if you're like at a corner store? Do you say thank you auntie like when you check out?
I mean, if the person's a Filipino, yeah.
Oh.
Or ate. Yeah.
Wait.
Sometimes you want to
What
say
do you
ate
say?
because like you don't want them to feel old.
Yeah. But when you say that, like how do you tell somebody's Filipino? Like you can just tell. And like what if they're like, oh thank you ate, and they're like, what? My name is not ate. Like
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh, my bad. Let me. But yeah.
Anyways,
gonna
back
say?
to the etiquette thing again.
Yeah, no. That's
Sorry, I
just
keep on
something
trailing
that-
off.
Um,
So like still your age right now, you would ask if you need help with anything, and that will go on forever. And we'll until like if I can't do it no more.
Yeah, I mean, like you've seen our family. Every time we have family parties, we're always like there helping.
Yeah, you know Uncle Ron always washes the dishes.
Yeah.
When he's over there.
I don't really take this as the opportunity to blame social media and technology, but I feel like that does play kind of like role in it, just because like you know how often our generation is on our phones,
Yeah.
you know, doing something. You guys didn't
Well,
have
like
that. 'Cause,
sometimes.
there was times where I would think, or like I'd be, I guess like on my phone, and to be honest, most of the times I help is when my phone's dead.
Yeah.
Or if something's wrong with my phone. So I feel like if I didn't have that when I was put in your position back then and I didn't have a phone, maybe that would be more normalized.
Yes, I also think that. But what do you
I think
call
a
it?
lot of things should be.
Well, what do you call it? I feel like you know, like your generation and who else? What's the generation before you or after you? But that's not Gen Z.
Millennials?
Wait, you're not millennial?
I don't know.
No.
I follow
Really?
the cusp.
I think you're
Yeah, well, like millennials and millennial, Generation Z or Generation Z.
It's like a combination.
Oh, I'm gonna just say Generation Z for now, so I don't like you know. But I feel like I guess it's kind of true. Like what Ata said, they blame a lot of our problems, like Gen Z problems, on social media. But it's like, you know, like I don't know if it's just Filipino stuff, but like sometimes they're like you say, oh my back hurts, and then they're gonna be like probably because you're on the phone too much, or like my hair itches or something like
How
out of
does that
the.
make you guys feel?
It makes me feel like
really-
annoyed. Like,
yeah,
well,
okay.
not all Gen Z is about
Do
just
you guys
technology.
find that nice? You know?
No, it's like more like
Yeah.
like aunties,
Oh.
like
Well,
Okay,
I
it's
feel like
all-
it's more of the older generation.
like with the Filipino accents. That's what like you know.
The older generation?
Like if you even say like my toe
I
hurts.
feel like
my stomach hurts.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're like, oh, it's because your phone. Like you have to get off. But I feel like
That
Daddy
actually like
would say it more than you would.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying.
that actually makes
But
me
you don't
mad,
say
though.
that because like you know.
Well, okay. Do you find that Nika need to say that a lot to you guys?
No, it's more like Mama and Papa and Auntie Diana and you know those.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I really
sometimes.
hate. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, it's just annoying sometimes. Like, not everything is about the phone. Like, you know, like, there's other stuff that in Gen Z that's not Gen Z.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not just the phone. You know?
Yeah.
I really hate when people use
A phone as an excuse.
or like phones or like technology, because I feel like they're very like ignorant to the fact that this is our world now.
Yeah.
Like, technology is our world, so you
Yeah.
can't stop it from like spreading. Like, oh, you're on your phone too much. Like, this is how it's
Yeah,
gonna be for the
Yeah,
rest of
and
your life,
then-
so freaking deal with it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh my
I
god,
agree.
technology is so cool nowadays. And they blame technology for like not making it fun.
Yeah.
And like, what do you call it? I was gonna say, it bugs me when people. Oh, I forgot it. Like, Arthur was talking about it, and then I remember. But I was gonna say that it bothers me when people are like you're on your phone too much, but they're on the phone the same like time, like the same amount of time. Like say that they're sitting across from you, right? And they see you on your phone, and they get off for 1 second. They're like, you're on your phone too much, and it's like, what? I just saw you on your
Dang,
phone.
But I also agree that sometimes, I'm not saying that the phone's good for you, but sometimes it can get distracting, and I empathize with people that get frustrated over people using their phones too much. Because, like, you know, sometimes I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
sometimes you feel like your phone, or when you're talking to someone and they're preoccupied with their phone.
Yeah,
Really frustrating. Well, I'm not proud of it, but
yeah. Well, also, what was I gonna say? Oh, it also bothers me when they're like, when they say, when I was your age, I didn't have a phone. Like, obviously.
Ooh, that actually makes me
Like,
mad.
phones were not invented until like 2000, so like obviously you're not gonna have a phone. And it's like they're acting like they didn't have Nintendo, they didn't have Game Boy, they didn't have TV. So
That's
it's like
so freaking annoying.
they're acting like they're from the olden days. Like, we're not that much apart. Like,
I actually hate when that
We're
happens.
kind of light years apart, though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, actually, I was talking to Dad about this last night. How technology is like so crazy. Like, just the pure fact. I remember when they first started bringing out video phones, or like introducing video phones to the world. And this is not even like cell phones. Not even cordless phones. We're talking about phones that plug into the wall, and then they stream.
Landlines.
Huh? Yeah, like lines, and then it'll somehow stream the video of somebody.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you're like, whoa.
And I was like telling Dad, I was like, wow, technology, for us to grow up not even having cell phones, and then up till now, and I'm wondering, I told him, I was like, I wonder how much it will change when you guys grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm wondering too.
Oh wait, when you were younger, did people, like, the older people, like, when you were younger, did they say, oh, you didn't have Nintendos back then? Were they like that?
Yeah.
And then do you think it just kept on going, like a cycle? Yeah.
I really.
I feel like that has a lot to
You
do
know,
with
teachers
not
too.
being able to have an open mind, like,
Yeah.
to
exactly.
be able to.
Yeah, like, you gotta accept it, like what Arthur said,
Yeah.
like, this is what's
That
going
is
on.
true. Yeah, this is your world now. So that's why I don't really get, or I don't use that excuse.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, for you guys, like, I never say like you know, I just asked you guys. You never hear me say like,
Yeah, you don't.
because you're on your phone a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, I'll say that you're on your phone a lot.
Yeah.
Like, if
But
it's
at the
something,
same
like,
time,
genuinely,
I
like,
also-
makes sense.
You don't
Yeah.
really use it as like
Like, an
As a weapon.
excuse.
as a weapon. It's more of.
Oh yeah,
facts.
do you
Yeah.
think that parents use taking away your phones more like a scary threat than actually being like, do you think it's normal, it should be normalized that it's not scary? Or like it's not like, oh, it makes them change your attitude, like,
The reason why, I just want to clarify this, because I know this was on your sister's podcast, and they were talking about how parents punish and how they can't understand why taking a phone away or whatever. It's not the fact that I'm taking the phone away that I'm punishing you. I'm taking away something that I know you need.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's no different if you didn't have the phone and you love staying in your room. My punishment would be like, get out of your room.
what if it's like
You know
like
what I
a
mean?
need?
Yeah, like you need it. Like it will.
Well,
You
not.
take away something that you like, you want and you love so much.
Oh, I was about to say
That's the punishment.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why?
She say I have, like,
do you
a
feel the
favorite-
need to take away something.
that I love. So you've learned?
So you learn your lesson.
Yeah, well,
But,
yeah,
like-
obviously.
Okay, be honest. Has that really been working out?
How's that?
Does taking your phone away actually do something? Because I feel like
Well, let's for
thing is-
instance, let's do Jacob. Do you think?
yeah, for Jacob. I mean, like, he gets it taken away.
well, see, yeah, that's the thing because is that really helping it?
Yeah, is that really
Keeps
helping him? If
continuously
it's
happening.
like just. Well, because I feel like now, like, he normalized it in his head that he's gonna get it back somehow. You know?
So, okay, well, I see your point, but a lot of it is, I feel like if a parent or myself, if they say they're gonna do something, they gotta do it 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I take away your phone, how many times have I said I'll take away your phone, and it's only for like 24 hours, you know, not even 24 hours. You always get it at the end of the night. You know what I mean? And that's kind of hard also. It's not because I want to give you your phone. You actually need your phone for school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you
so
need
you have
it
to
to
give
communicate.
it,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I can't hit you,
Yeah.
you know, because that's not what people do these days. Although I will admit, I have hit my kids. I'm not ashamed.
We're not ashamed
No,
either.
I'm
Sometimes
not
I
ashamed.
like to
Sometimes
observe it.
You really
Sometimes-
need, I'm sorry. You really need to hit your kids sometimes.
Like, no offense.
Come at me for real, and you will see the difference between how my kids behave.
That is true. I
You know
feel
what I mean?
like actually
who have gotten I feel like a justified spanking, not because I'm being abusive, but it's because
yeah.
you're not gonna learn.
Yeah, because when I see like brats,
you said, you how does taking my phone teach me a lesson,
Uh-huh.
right?
Well,
But
I think
when I hit you or I spank you, I don't want to say hit. When I spanked you,
you might get
kid,
banned.
Yeah. When I spanked you as a child, did you learn your lesson?
Yeah, I feel like that was more effective than obviously taking away your phones. Honestly, if you did that to me now, if you did, I feel like that would be more effective than taking away your phone.
yeah, because I don't know the last time you spanked me. So it's
I
like,
mean, it's like when you guys were kids.
oh, you
right?
know when you see like brats,
Yeah. Can you see brats well?
when you see brats in public, like sometimes it's like you have to think like mom's
Yeah.
prepared.
I'm not like, I mean, like, to a certain extent, it will be like, you know, try to talk to them.
Yeah.
But if it keeps happening repeatedly, it's like, dude,
You gotta
somebody
do
needs to.
something.
Put them
in
in
the
check.
Yeah, seriously.
But sometimes, like, is it like that, like, for actually, like, people your age? Like, sometimes if they're being annoying like that, you just want to stop them, too?
Yeah.
Like, spanking?
Absolutely.
Like,
Not even a spanking, it's just a
beat them up.
backhand.
Backhand?
Some people just need a backhand.
You're like, whoa. Everything just falls
That's
my
just me.
ass.
I mean, come at me, whatever you want to say, but I can tell you guys,
It's effective.
it has been effective because I have seen kids misbehave and then the parents just like trying
It's
to
okay,
talk.
it's okay. Yeah. Lollipop or something like that.
I mean, like, yeah, sometimes that doesn't work. Really.
Well, it
Sometimes
depends on the
doesn't
kid, basically. Like, well, actually, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Because, like, if they don't learn the lesson, then, you know, how else
And
are
I
they
feel like also, like, everybody always talks about how soft this generation is. And I think that,
I think it's true. I know it's
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's
that was rude.
I mean, like, to everything, there's always a balance. You always got to find a balance. It's never extremely, you know, one end or the other end.
Mm.
It's always trying to find a balance, and that's how I like to parent. That's how I like to live, is with a balance. It's never extremely this or extremely that,
Yeah.
you know? But yeah. So, I think we're 10 minutes, 11
Over.
minutes over.
Oh, wait, I had one more question.
Surely.
One more question. It was, did you learn your lesson when you got spanked as a kid?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you were like, I'm never gonna do it again. Like, before they spanked you.
I mean,
you
like,
were
I mean-
stop, stop.
It's sad because I learned my lesson so much that I still carry carry it with me now.
Like if you do it, then you're gonna get spanked.
Which people would define how I carry it as childhood trauma.
But it's not
You know what I
childhood
mean?
trauma. It's
It
just
is
how
childhood trauma.
it is.
I am
yeah.
traumatized. That's why I don't repeat it. You know, I don't repeat that mistake. It's because I'm so traumatized. Like you guys know now, like I'm always mindful of how Papa's gonna react to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? Like I always think about
Yeah.
how he's gonna react before I do anything.
Like what would Papa do? I'm just kidding.
You know? And it was effective that much that it carried on with me.
In a sense,
know.
that's a good thing.
Is that why you
I mean,
decide?
it's good, and it's good because like, you know, like you have, that's how I am personally, is if I am in a relationship with somebody, whether it's a friendship, whether it's an intimate relationship with my husband or a relationship with my parents, I always try to be mindful of how they think. I'm always empathetic to what they think and what.
Well, at the
they
same time, I'm sorry, like we're going over the time. But I'm just saying, at the same time, are you just like I don't care what people think mindset, or is you always like in that empathetic mindset?
When it comes to relationships, I'm
Empathetic?
always
Oh.
mindful of how the other person's gonna react, and I think that's one of my best traits personally. And like learning how to adapt with how somebody reacts or acts, which I feel like that makes me
What's the word for that?
it makes me a good person like to work with. Like I've worked with entrepreneurs. I work with an entrepreneur right now, and I feel like their mind is always all over the place, and not everybody can deal with that. You know what I mean? But because I've trained myself throughout my life to empathize with how people feel and anticipate how people are gonna react, that makes me a good fit. You know what I mean? Like you kind of just know.
Yeah.
Right.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. People think it is childhood trauma, but
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know.
What do you think? Questions.
Just
Oh.
Just one right sign up. But yeah, I think this is a good stopping point. I kind of want to open it up. I don't know how many people are watching this. Now we have just the one person that has been watching this the whole time. I don't know who it is, but thank you for sticking around. Oh, it's us.
It's actually sad.
Eventually, we're gonna have some viewers, but
It's just building, guys. It's just all about that, you know.
One day we're gonna
repetitive.
look back at this and be like, man, that beginning was
You're
rough.
You're gonna look back at it and be like, why was I wearing my pajamas?
You're gonna look back at it and be like, I'm just kidding. No.
We're gonna be like back. We're gonna look.
We
back
should have
and be
fixed
like,
that
What
in
is
the
that
beginning, yeah.
format?
Yeah, what is that format? What is that logo? Sorry.
Then we're gonna look back at it when we're looking back at it, and we're gonna
Oh, man,
realize
we're
that
so
we looked back at
unorganized.
it. Already, we look back at it.
Okay, but anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us wherever you're joining from, whether it be on Twitch, whether it be on YouTube. Catch us next week, same time,
And
same bad channel.
I think for like a layout thing, we should put our Instagram there so we don't have to like repeat it every time, you know. You know, on Instagram, like
The socials.
right there, your socials.
Oh,
Yeah. We
I
should
left
do that.
that spot. This spot right
For
here
something.
empty because every time somebody follows us,
Oh, it goes up there. Oh.
we don't have that many followers.
So we don't really know what that looks like, but
No, I seen it. I actually seen it appear. I don't know if I saw it appear in in the pre-record.
Oh, you got rid of it?
No, it's still there.
No, you got rid of the logo on the corner. Oh, okay, yeah. Anyways,
But anyway, thank you again for joining us. Leila's gonna sign us off. We will see you next week.
bye guys. See you next time. Oh, bye my little saplings and stay rooted in Narra.